What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful, delicious, smoky, hammy, buttery ham brine turkey breast. Coming up! It's November, turkey season is in full swing, the holidays are right around the corner, and it's around this time of year you start seeing a lot of turkeys and a lot of ham. But today I want to try and get the best of both worlds by ham brining a turkey breast. So, that being said, that's what we're going to do today, and it is going to be delicious. This is a ham brine turkey breast. And to see how we got to this stage, let's go back in time a few days. This is a big old turkey breast. Very similar to something you'd see at a barbecue joint. If you can find these, I highly recommend it. They make for a great presentation. I got this one at my local HEB, but I'm sure you can find them online or at a restaurant supply store or something. But today, first thing I'm gonna do is remove this skin. You can leave it on. Sometimes if I'm just gonna throw this right on the pit, I'll leave it on, try and get that skin nice and crispy, especially because there's also a lot of fat in the skin. But for how we're gonna be cooking it this time, I'm gonna remove it just for a cleaner presentation. And it just peels right off. Not much to it. Save that for a gravy or a stock or something. Other than that, I'm just gonna go around and try and clean it up a little bit, see if there's any weird bits hanging off. Again, it's just for presentation purposes. This one is much prettier than the last one I got. Although it's been a while since I cooked a turkey breast on the channel. Not much to do here, just again, cleaning it up for shape. And pretty much that's how we're gonna leave it. Skin is off, this thing is looking real nice, and now all we need to do is throw it into a brine. For our ham brine today, we're starting out with some water, to which we're gonna go in with a good amount of kosher salt, good amount of brown sugar. Again, this is more of a cure than a brine. So very salty, very sugar heavy. And because we're making a ham, we're gonna go in with some pink salt as well. That's what's gonna give us that nice cure on the meat, that wonderful color, that wonderful hammy flavor. And speaking of hammy flavor, everything else is just gonna be there for flavor. But first, let's get this all whisked up to make sure it's nicely dissolved. Anyway, we've got the salt, we've got the sweet, we've got the pink salt, we've got everything we need for a perfect ham brine. But for some extra flavor, we're gonna go in with some crushed garlic, a couple of bay leaves, some allspice berries, a couple of cloves, a couple of cinnamon sticks, a couple star anise, you know, a bunch of these nice fall warming flavors. Also going with some red chili flakes, some mustard seeds, because I had them lying around. And then, of course, a nice bunch of rosemary, sage, and some fresh thyme. Give this a nice mix up until everything's evenly hydrated and incorporated. And then in with our big old turkey booby, and we will pop this into the fridge for the next 24 to 30 hours. After about 2.5 days in the cure, this turkey breast is coming out. Get all these herbs off of there. Beautiful. Feeling nice and firm. I think that cure did its job. After patting this thing dry, now all we're gonna do is throw a few more seasonings on top, and then we're gonna smoke it off. And because it's already fully seasoned with salt and aromatics, all we're gonna do now is put some nice pepper and some garlic powder on the outside, just for that nice presentation, little extra flavor, and that garlic powder will also really help with the color. But no need to add any more salt. Always start on the bottom, that way your presentation side stays nice and pretty. And we're going skin side up, even though we already remove the skin. Just a nice even coating. I'm going pretty heavy because, you know, Texas style, but you can do whatever you like. You could also just put this on as is, no extra seasoning at all. You do you. Some nice herbs on the outside would probably be pretty nice as well. And again, I'm going pretty heavy with the garlic powder just so we get that nice golden roasty color. But other than that, time to fire up the pit. Always keep your pits clean, folks. We got this pit rocking about 300 degrees, and all we're gonna do is throw this turkey booby on, thick side towards the fire. I like to kind of plump it up a little bit, especially for this application. That way it comes out nice and thick, looking kind of more like a ham. But we're just gonna let it rock for the next few hours until it comes up to temp. You're gonna get some nice smoke on there, and it really couldn't be easier. This video is brought to you by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. With thousands of meals and dozens of meal plans to choose from, whether you're pescatarian, vegetarian, meat and veg, or just looking for something quick and easy, HelloFresh has a meal plan for you. And my favorite part about HelloFresh is that they send you all the exact amounts and ingredients for the specific meal. Meaning, instead of having to buy a whole jug of a specific vinegar, they just send you exactly what you need, which drastically cuts down on food waste. And not to mention, these meals come together in about half an hour, which is way quicker than it would take for me to go to the grocery store and come back, let alone cook all the stuff. Not only do meal kits like this cut down down on food waste, but they also have an impressively low carbon footprint compared to traditional methods of cooking. Again, I can't stress enough how convenient it is, especially around the holidays, to have someone else do all the shopping and most of the prep work for you ahead of time. Really makes for a quick and easy weeknight meal, and it's a lot healthier than the fast food option I would usually choose in that kind of a situation. Another great aspect of these meal kits is that the instructions are incredibly simple. Whether you're brand new to the kitchen or an experienced cook, this recipe has 6 steps to follow, with pictures, so you really can't mess it up. Oh, that smells fantastic. And most importantly, these meals are genuinely fantastic. Every meal I've had so far has been delightful. And there we have it, a beautiful banh mi chicken taco. That was really good. So if you're in the market for some hassle-free meals, you're new to the kitchen, or you're just looking for a little bit of help with your weekly meal plan, use my link in the description of this video taking you to HelloFresh.com. Use promo code ChudsBBQ14 for 14 free meals. Again, that's HelloFresh.com using my link in the description. 14 free meals using the code ChudsBBQ14. Thank you, HelloFresh. After a few hours, we've got some beautiful color on this here turkey breast. And to enhance it just a little bit more, we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a Spritz. To play on the whole ham vibe of things, I'm gonna make a honey-based Spritz, starting with a bunch of honey in a Spritz bottle. Don't need all that much. There's not much time left on this bird. Got about this much honey, and I'm gonna add enough water or vinegar or whatever else you got lying around just to make this spritzable. But instead of just honey, I'm gonna throw a little mustard in there too to get a little honey mustard vibe going on. Should be good. Doesn't take much water to get this stuff viscous. So now I'm gonna start periodically spritzing this just to get a really nice glaze on the outside because it's mostly honey. If we put a thin layer on, let it cook on for a little bit, put another little layer on, we should get a wonderful, nice glaze. All right, our turkey breast has reached an internal temperature of 165 degrees and it is time to pull off. We've got a beautiful glaze on top, looking great. I'm gonna rest it in this foil until it cools down. But first, I'm gonna take some beautiful melted butter and I'm gonna pour it all over the top. Nice hot butter. It'll help solidify the glaze. We're just gonna let this rest until it comes down to slicing temperature and then we'll slice on in. After a nice long rest, let's see how this hand brine turkey breast came out. Ooh, smelling fantastic. A little darker than I was expecting. Again, this whole cook took longer than I expected to, probably because it's pumped full of liquid and hand brine. So let's go ahead and just slice this thing right down the middle, shall we? Looks like a beautiful turkey breast. Got a nice amount of pink to it. Probably doesn't pick up too well on the camera, but it's got this nice porky hue to it. Looking good, smelling fantastic. And very firm, very cured meat feeling as opposed to your typical turkey breast. So let's take a couple of slices out. I'm used to turkey being really nice and tender. This is feeling pretty firm. Makes for great deli meat, I can tell you that much. So it pulls apart, let's give it a taste. Yep. Wow. It tastes like pork right off the bat. You got that hammy cured flavor to it, but then you get that honey mustard glaze and that turkey vibe right at the end. That's fantastic. I'm honestly shocked. I really didn't know if this was gonna be too salty or too weird, but that's the perfect sandwich meat. I know it's gonna sound lame, but it really tastes just like ham meets turkey. I mean, there's really no other way to describe it. Nice and juicy, really flavorful. Again, as soon as you pop it in your mouth, you're thinking ham. And then the turkey creeps right in at the end. Pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna chill this down and slice it on the old meat slicer. Penelope is going crazy right now. All right, little sneak peek. Oh, Jesus, watch the fingers, bud. Honey mustard glaze coming through real nice. That extra hit of sweetness on top really works well. It eats more like pork than turkey. It's got kind of more of a bite to it, more of a toothsome texture, but it's also much lighter in flavor than your typical ham. I could eat a lot more of this than I could traditional pork ham. That's phenomenal. Very smoky. I think I might be onto something here. I'm telling you folks, this is the thing to bring to your next holiday greeting. This is good for Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter for that matter. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a good smoked turkey breast? I had no idea if this was gonna work out, but if you have a Texas barbecue joint right now and you've got turkey on the menu, give this a try for a special. Super quick, super easy, unbelievable. I love recipes like this where you can actually like eat a lot of it and not hate yourself. I'll definitely be making this again, tell you what. And I know she already got a full-on taste, but let's go for the official taste. Oh, Jesus, I wasn't even ready. Have some turkey.
Turkey.
Take a bite, tell me what you think.
Turkey, turkey, turkey. Yum. I mean, anytime your channel does turkey, I'm there. There's a sweetness. Is it honey?
There is some honey.
I'm so good. Let me guess. A little thyme.
No, actually. I mean, very little, honestly. That was just the greenest garnish I had around for the thumbnail. What does it taste like?
It's sweet, peppery. Like a honey ham. Was that right?
Yep, you nailed it. So basically I took a turkey breast and I cured it just like a honey ham. And then I put a nice honey mustard glaze on top.
This is great. I love honey ham, but I feel better eating turkey. It's so good.
I've never seen her this antsy to eat what I've cooked. I think she's a turkey ham kind of gal.
Don't feed her anymore, Brad. Bradley!
All right, y'all, that is it. That is how to make an absolutely fantastic...
There's a snake in my boot.
And there you have it, folks. That's how you make an absolutely fantastic ham brine turkey breast. If you like this video, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Like this video, all that good stuff. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud. Be sure to drop a comment down below to let me know what you want to see me cook next. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.